Beep beep everybody, hope you're all having a wonderful day. Thanks for tuning into the channel. We're going to open up another one of these small box sets from the late 1980s that I normally acquire from antique malls. I recently opened up a 1987 edition of Fleer's Baseball's Exciting Stars. At least I think that's what that one was called. Yep, it was. This is the 1988 version. The one I previously opened up was from 1987, and this will, if it's like the previous one, it'll feature people that had really great seasons in the 1987 season. And here's the checklist on the back. I acquired this at 272 Antiques. I can't remember how much I paid for it. There were 44 cards and 6 logo stickers. So let's open this up and see what we find inside. Beep beep from Omar and beep beep from Grimace. Hoo hoo hoo. And oops, sorry, Grimace. Boop Nathan's nose. Make sure they're in good shape. Boop boop boop. Because you just never know when you get one of these things what kind of condition they're going to be in. The nice thing about the Fleer boxes is they flip back a lot further, so you can easily extract the cards without any problems. Oh, these are in great shape. These are in good shape. Very happy to see that. You just never know. These boxes are kind of flimsy. These cards can typically get some corner dings on them, depending on how they've been handled over the years. I mean, this box has been around since 1988. These are the logo stickers. They're just basically for the different teams. All right, let's see who we have. We start off with Harold Baines. That's card 1, so I guess these are in alphabetical and numerical order. So that's a nice one. Kevin Bass, George Bell, Wade Boggs. Looks like there's a little printing orb right up here. Yay, I like printing orbs. Mickey Brantley, name you don't normally hear very often. Sid Bream, Jose Canseco, Jack Clark, Will Clark, Roger Clemens, Vince Coleman, Eric Davis, Andre Dawson, Julio Franco, Dwight Gooden, Mike Greenwell, Tony Gwynn. Hey, another little printing orb. I don't know if I can focus that in real well. It's just between the N and the Y above it. Von Hayes. You don't see printing orbs too often on the Fleer and Donruss cards, but yeah, there were lots of them on Topps cards, especially back in the 70s or so, and well, even earlier than that. Tom Henke, Oral Hershiser, Teddy Higuera, Brooke Jacoby, Wally Joyner, Jimmy Key, Don Mattingly, Mark McGuire, Jack Morris, Dale Murphy, another printing orb. 2 printing orbs. There's one here and one here. Neat. Matt Noakes, Kirby Puckett, Tim Raines, Ryan Sandberg, Benito Santiago, Mike Schmidt. Looks like he's really got a big sunburn there. Mike Scott. There's another printing orb up there. Kevin Seitzer, Larry Sheets, Ruben Sierra, Darryl Strawberry, Rick Sutcliffe, Danny Tartable, Alan Trammell, Fernando, and Devon White finishes that group off. It's not as eclectic as the 87 set was. The 87 set had a rather curious mixture of players, including several middle relievers. It's kind of nice to recognize middle relievers because I don't think they really get the recognition they deserve. They don't have like statistics that pile up, and if we took holds as a statistic very seriously, we would get to see how many of them are successful at that. I'm not sure if that's the best statistic to determine on how well a middle reliever performs. Like anything else, earned run average, hits given up, and stuff like that is always a significant factor. But I don't know if we have a really good stat to determine how a middle reliever has done a really great job, and it's a shame they don't really get credited with any kind of an award. I mean, they have an award for the best closer. There's MVP, which generally tends to be batters, but occasionally is a pitcher, and the Cy Young Award is generally mostly starting pitchers with the occasional closer. But there aren't very many awards for middle relievers. There's none that I'm aware of offhand. Maybe there is some minor award out there that I don't know about, and if you know about it, please let me know in the comments. But that was curious that the 87 set had all these middle relievers, and now this one, it's basically run-of-the-mill stars that you would expect in one of these sets. Anyway, pretty neat design. They all appear to be in great shape, and it's neat to see that there are some printing orbs on them. I know printing orbs for folks that like to grade cards is a big no-no, and I think most of the grading companies take that into account and knock them down a grade for having stuff like that. But it was part of the printing process, and occasionally these little oddities showed up on cards, and I think they're kind of neat. I think it kind of gives the whole thing a little what's the word I'm looking for? Not nostalgia. It's just there's a better word for it, but I think you understand what I'm talking about. If you're a similar collector to me, and you find the printing process and some of the faulty things that go on with it that produce these curiosities on cards interesting. I mean, at least I do. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Here's Grimace and Omar to say bye. Hope you all have a great day. Beep, beep.